Today on EA Sports. This is the National Football League. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Veteran Dustin Hopkins has this one teed up, and we are underway here in Cleveland. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now Smith. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Geno now to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8.
From the gun, here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Back deep, James Prochet.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st down, Watson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. The handoff to Ford up the middle. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, and go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Again, they turn to Ford. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. Now Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the 1st down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
They run with Ford. And he is going to lose yardage here.
That's Reek Woolen with a great play to get him for a loss.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On the ground, it's Ford. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Watson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
D. Williams deep for Seattle.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that 1st down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Again, it's Walker.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Smith.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now Gino. Over the middle here to Brown. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Watson on first down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here, and they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd down and 6 now.
Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air yet again, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Watson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. This is Fant on the short completion. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
To throw is Smith.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Walker with a grab, left side.
Complete to Ken Walker. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Smith on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watson now to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This is Ford. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One of the great things about most guys that play on the offensive line is that they have patience and extreme confidence in themselves. This group's gotten pushed around the entire game, haven't been able to move the ball very well. But after picking up a first down, running it there, they'll feel a little bit better about themselves going forward.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try the left side. It's Ford. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
The defense has been on the field a long time now, and after a run like that, they've got to feel like they're almost on roller skates and getting pushed backwards on just about every snap.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Browns have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Smith.
Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
On first down, it's Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Second and 5.
Now it's Smith.
He'll find Metcalf.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Smith steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Smith now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing is Smith.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too. That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Ford. And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Back to throw. Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Up the middle they go. Ford. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, here's Watson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you. to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They will start this drive with Ford, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now a 2nd and 6.
From his goal line here, Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson completes it right side to Cooper. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Well, nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ford.
And he'll get this to the 32. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Watson.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. On 1st down, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st down, it's Ford as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, yes, that was good pressure applied that time by the defensive unit. They forced him out wide to his left, but with nobody home, he decided to tuck it and go, and he's able to turn it into a short gain.
Second and 11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. Looking to throw. Watson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 54 yards away. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And they caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the 4th quarter driver's seat, still up 3.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Smith's pass complete to Noah Fant. A gain of 10 yards.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. That is caught, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Smith and Jigba. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Now Smith.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Smith.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
And if they're throwing on 3rd down, it's a good bet. They're going to look his way. He's the most reliable of their receivers, and he comes through there with a nice grab for the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Throwing again is Smith.
This is the tight end Fant.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Toss left side for Walker.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
And Walker once more.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And the Browns getting set to go.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Throwing again is Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Watson looks to throw again.
Right back to Njoku.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Watson.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Watson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Again, it's Watson. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
From the 24 now, here's second down and a yard.
Now a give, right side. Ford. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing. And he does exactly that, picks up the first down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer picks it up for the first down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Now 2nd and 4.
Here's Watson.
Finding strong underneath.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Watson to throw. And this one too low.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. Now Watson.
Eluding the... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.